My banksters, welcome to the bank. You are here with the teller, rob the bank. Follow me as I follow the money. Let's dive deep. Get rich. I am doing another reaction to how I make 100K per month on Skool by Dan Henry. So let's jump into it.
1,200 members at 90. $97 a month.
The online community I built on Skool
Hold on, wait.
had
97.
So he got 1.2. He made
$7 a month.
the
$97 a month off 1.2, so $100. He made about 120. Yeah, that's 120 around about around 120 per month. So that's actually pretty good.
online community I built on Skool has 1,200 members currently, paying $97 a month. Now you do the math on how much that is. So I'm gonna break down exactly how we make money with Skool and how you can do it as well, even if you're a total beginner. So this really is three main steps. First, you have to come up with an idea for a community. Then you have to figure out how to get people to pay to be in the community. And finally, you have to figure out how to get people to stay and not leave so you keep making money and the community grows. All right, so how do you come up with an idea for a membership site or a paid community? Well, you have to solve what I call a perpetual problem. That means it's a problem that someone has to keep solving pretty much for the rest of their lives. So an example of this in the real world, not the online world, would be something like a gym. People always need to work out. It's not like you work out once and then you get jacked. That would be great, but that's not how it works. And so people pay monthly to go to the gym. People pay monthly for things like credit repair. Even if their credit is good, if something pops up, boom, the credit repair agency takes care of it. People pay monthly for Netflix because why? You need to be entertained every month. It's not like you stop wanting to watch shows. So it's a perpetual problem. Now, if you compare that to something like a divorce attorney, well, once you get divorced, that's it. We're done here. So moving back into the digital world, what I discovered is the best membership site or community is where people are constantly trying to solve the same problem and they want to interact and get feedback while they're solving that problem.
So, because at first, I'll be honest, I was a little cynical when he said that. Because usually when people say a perpetual problem, they almost like, all right, I ain't gonna give you all information because if I give you all information, then you ain't gonna need me anymore. But what he started to say was really, it's a community. So not only can I help you solve a problem, there are other people in the community. It's like going like on an example of him going to the gym or a perpetual problem of going to the gym. You have a trainer at the gym, or you have other people who you go to a gym to be fit. But if you really want to go to another level, you find a group of people at the gym to work out where y'all kind of on the same trajectory, y'all going in the same path, so they can help you get there faster or help you motivate or inspire you because they're doing better than you. So I can see that work, and I don't have to be as cynical because you're really essentially paying for the community of people or the community of people. You're essentially paying for that. You also get to talk to the mentor or the leader of the community, but essentially you're paying for the community itself to be around these type of people. Same with like first class. You buy first class obviously for comfort, but first class is also other people who are able to pay for it and who also are doing something that has the ability to pay for it. And usually whenever I got in first class, people in first class are either reading, looking at some type of business, they're doing something that's generating money. That they're doing something for that. So you're essentially paying for the community. So I think what he's saying is pretty spot on.
Another great example is recipes. There's a ton of very successful online recipe communities, foodies will pay every month to get new recipes because they want to keep cooking new foods. They don't want to just keep cooking the same foods. So this is what the community looks like on Skool. Now, what's
Yeah, and you don't have to be lonely. I used to fall in this kind of trap where you have to kind of be alone, and that, yes, you must stand on your own, but you don't always have to be alone, because somewhere out there there's people who understand what you're going through. So, or at least understand what you're going through. It's the difference between knowing what you're going through and they can understand, like, yeah, I can see that being a problem. I'm facing this type of thing too. So you don't have to essentially be alone. There's communities for that type of stuff. So
what's great about Skool is you can actually put a video right here that is basically a sales video, and people can sign up to your membership site right here, pay Skool, they pay you. They don't charge any fees, which I don't even know how Sam does that, but you literally get $97 out of $97 if you charge $97. It's bananas. And Skool takes care of all like the payment processing, and if people cancel, they remove them from the group and all this stuff.
I think that, I don't know, but I would think that's where they make a lot of their money, is the payment process. I don't know, but they don't take, like he just said, they take the fees. So that's an interesting, I'd like to know what the business model of that is, because that's an interesting.
It's all built in. However, because I'm more of an advanced online marketer, I use my own software, and I created a page that looks like this. And this is the whole idea. It's if we could get you just one new.
I think he does that so he can collect the data himself. I think that's the reason why he does it himself. He can collect his own data instead of Skool collecting the data. He collects the data for himself.
Client each month for only $97 a month. Would you take that offer? Now, the reason why I went with that, I'm a business and marketing consultant. I know how to get customers on the internet because it's what I've been doing for 10 years. Everyone wants new clients or new customers every month that owns a business. It's a perpetual problem. Getting new clients is something you will always need, which leads me to the next question. Once you have that idea, how do you build it out? Well, here's exactly how I did it on Skool. So the first thing is, in the classroom, you have to put in some content. There has to be some content that people can go in and watch immediately. This could be, if you're a recipe membership site, it could be a list of recipes from different cultures. If you're somebody that teaches how to save money on taxes, it could be just different categories of tax saving strategy. But what I like to do is I like to put in here a Start Here course. So what I do in this Start Here video is I give them one tactic that they can use to get an immediate result. And it's a tactic that I learned years ago, that if you're short on customers and you need to get customers, you can do this, and it's manual, it's not automated, and it takes work, but it has a high chance of working. I call it the phantom offer. So I taught that thing in the classroom, and because it works so quickly, it's great because when you join the membership, if you get an immediate result, you tend to stick around a lot longer. So this really increased our retention and how we were able to get people to love the community, because they got that rush of dopamine, that they got that quick win as soon as they joined. But this, what I'm about to show you, really is the key. Every month we do calls, and we've actually built this up to now where there's a weekly call. And what's cool about Skool is it has a calendar where you can put all of the events. And what these are that we do is we do a weekly call. One of them was with me, so I do one a month. My COO does one a month.
I think that's real quick, just touching on that. Get a quick win to help retention, and do a weekly call to help people stay there and constantly. So essentially what he's saying is constantly provide value in different ways. Just try to find new ways to provide value to pretty much retain people that are there for you. Just constantly try to find ways to provide value. Essentially what he's saying.
Month, we have a professional Facebook advertiser and media buyer that does another.
I think this is also interesting to kind of point this out too. And I don't know, I would love to, I would love for Ty Lopez to kind of, to give like, to say something about this. But this is essentially what Ty Lopez did. His website, I bought his SMMA course. His website is essentially set up in this way. Like multiple courses, multiple videos, people commenting under the videos, all that type of stuff. And he's kind of the OG of this. And I would like to see what he think about like Skool or like his ideas on what Skool is like. So
another call each month. And so there's always something going on every week for them to attend, get feedback. And this really helps foster community. But, and this right here is why the community is so engaged. Look at this engagement rate. The members are 91% active. That is fantastic. And the reason for that is this little button right here that says gamification. This is how it works. So let's say you're in my Skool community and you make a post or you drop a comment and it gets a like. That is worth a point. And the more points you get, the more you move up on this leaderboard. And what's really sweet is as you move up, you unlock new courses and new content for being engaged. So it's this incentivized system to remain engaged constantly. And when you do that, you just get an amazingly engaged community of people who have content that they can go watch. They have calls that they can attend to get feedback. Maybe you do live cooking shows or something like that. They have incentivized reasons to engage and they get rewarded for it. It's like one big hyper dopamine centered, I don't know, but it works and people really love it. So to summarize before we move on to the next.
And more importantly, it helps with information. I'm liking the system that I'm seeing because it helps you. It helps reiterate the information that's being taught, makes you incentivized to take action. It's incentivizing that. So I think this is actually a pretty dope system. So
next point, which is how to get people in to your paid community. You find an idea that is a perpetual problem that people have. Then you create a community on Skool where you provide some basic trainings or content in the classroom. You unlock new content the more points they get, so they are incentivized to move up the leaderboard, and you do some sort of a live call or live something every month so they have something to look forward to and get feedback from. And here's a pro tip. What I do on our calls is if you are in the top of the leaderboard that week, we actually bring you on at the end and do Q&A. So you get like free one-on-one coaching as you move up. So we're just always looking.
That's smart as well because you know these people are the ones that's taking action. You're not talking to somebody who is asking you stupid ass questions. They asking specific questions, trying to find specific solutions towards whatever it is that they're looking for, and they're going to take action. They're already constantly taking action in the community. So now you also know it's a good chance they're going to be taking action when they ask questions or when you give solutions. So
for ways to incentivize people more and more so that the community stays engaged. So now how do you get people in, especially if you don't have a following, if you don't have a big list? So how this works is you're gonna create a mini product. And for instance, this is a little Facebook ad training because, you know, when you own a business, a lot of people look to run ads on Facebook to get more customers. And so we made this little training because we've spent quite a lot of money on Facebook ads for our business. We created this little discount workshop. And the reason it's called this is because generally when you buy a Facebook ads course, it's a lot of money. It's like $1,000 or something. So this is like a discounted version of it. And the reason we do this is just to get people in the door. So we give away this amazing product for $47. Now here is where the magic happens. Once they click here to buy the workshop, on the next page, it looks like this. It's an offer to immediately.
This is Russell Brunson's book, essentially. Create an offer. The people who pay for the offer, there are people who will want to upgrade into a higher offer to get more content or to get more information. That's exactly what this is. So people who are likely to pay $47 are more likely to pay $97 a month. So it's kind of, this is Russell Brunson. Get his book, because this is exactly what he talks about.
Join the membership site. And how I frame this is I always tie it back to the original offer. So they bought this because maybe they're a beginner at Facebook ads and they want to learn more on how to launch. So on the very next page, I say, want to learn from the 9-figure media buyer that ran ads for Frank Kern, Agora, Dean Graziosi, Jeff Lerner. These are big companies in the space, and the media buyer that we brought into the community to do a monthly call, he's managed advertisements for myself and big names like this. And he does a call every single month answering questions for our members. So it just totally ties into the initial offer. Now, I could have mentioned all the other things that we have, but I specifically mentioned that one thing because it is directly correlated to the thing they just bought. Now, if they click yes and they join, well, they're in. If they click no,
this is definitely ClickFunnels.
Then they go to the thank you page. But if they click no, it's not over yet. And I'll show you how we add 60 to 100 members every month of the people that.
And this is called upsells and downsales. So this is like a one-on-one from Russell Brunson on his ClickFunnels.
Said no. But first, here's a little tip on how to get people to say yes. One of the most powerful things to get people to buy something is to give them something for free. People will literally pay for free things. I learned this back when I worked for.
Subscribe to the newsletter for free. You get all of the summaries and all that other stuff from the videos, books that I watch and read, and you get like my thoughts and stuff like that. So you can get it for free. Click the link in the description.
For a company that sold cookware. And my job was to go into a Sam's Club or a Costco, do this cooking show, and sell them this set of cookware. But in order to get them to the booth to watch the presentation, we would give away this little cheap potato peeler. And we'd get on the intercom and we'd say, attention Sam's Club shoppers, at aisle 5, there'll be a cooking show in 5 minutes and we're giving away a free gift. Please come watch it. And people would come and watch it to get the free gift. And a portion of those people would buy the cookware. This
is actually an interesting tidbit, but as also in 48 Laws of Power, it talks about beware of the free meal. Because once again, you're paying more on the back end of whatever it is. So this is interesting. This is kind of like, this is interesting, yeah.
This is very similar to timeshare presentations where you go in and you're gonna get this incredible hotel package, but only if you sit through a 6-hour grueling sales presentation. And so what I do to get people into the membership is I say, hey, here's 3 really cool things that you would love to have. I'll give them to you for free if you join right now. And even if you cancel, you get to keep those free gifts. And so people will buy the membership to get the gifts for free. And then when they get in the membership, they realize, oh my gosh, this is a great community, and they stay. At least that's the idea. It's working for us. And I imagine it would work for most people if you did it that way. And so what do we do with the people that clicked the no button? What we do is we send them a boring email every day and encourage them to join the membership. Now you might think, why would that work? People don't actually like sensational marketing. Why? Because if I send you an email and I say, I was just chilling on my yacht today and I thought blah, 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 blah. You're like, well, I don't have a yacht. I can't relate to this dude. Yeah. But if I tell you a story of how I had a fight with my wife or my kid did something that all kids do, whatever, you're like, oh, my kid's done that. Oh, I've had a fight with my wife. Ah, I connect. I relate to you. You're a normal person. You've done something that I would love to do, or you know something that I would love to know, but we're still kind of similar. Let me give you an example. One of the most boring stories I've ever told is one of our top selling emails, meaning when people read it, they go and they join Get Clients University. And that's the story of a glass of almond milk. So just to demonstrate, I'll tell you the story very quickly right now. One day I come home and there's a huge carafe of almond milk on the counter. So I look at my wife and I say, hey, what's with the big carafe of almond milk? And her eyes got wide as silver dollars. So then she marches over to the fridge, flings the fridge door open, grabs a carton of store-bought almond milk that I had recently purchased and says, do you know what this is? And I'm like, almond milk? She goes, exactly. But this costs $6 for the carton. And look at all this chemicals and gum and stuff it has in it. And I go, okay. So she marches over to the big carafe of almond milk and she says, do you know what this is? And I'm like, it's still almond milk, right? Yes, but it's homemade almond milk. She lifts up this black contraption and she says, I got this for $50 on Amazon. And all it takes is a little handful of almonds and water, and it'll make this huge carafe of almond milk. And it has no gum, no poisons or preservatives or anything in it. And I did the math real quick in my head, and I worked out that the equivalent of homemade almond milk to a $6 carton was about 23 cents. And she looks at me and she goes, And I knew she was right. And I knew she was right because I was spending $200 a month on almond milk and ingesting a bunch of stuff that I didn't need to ingest because of one simple reason. I didn't know you could make homemade almond milk. And isn't it the things that we don't know that cause us the most pain and suffering in life? And this is where I transition it to getting them to join my membership site. It's kind of like when you're growing a business. If you don't know how to get new customers, what is that costing you? How frustrating, how...
Alex Hormozy does this. He has this thing, which I agree with. He said it costs you $1 million to not make $1 million a year. It costs you $1 million a year to not make $1 million a year. But let me take this time to say how much I hate almond milk or almond juice. It's the stupidest fucking thing. Fuck almond juice. Fuck it. Hate almond juice. What is the point? Just drink fucking milk or like coconut milk or something. Hate almond juice. Ugh. Like, what are we talking about? It's dumb. Gay. In the words I heard you say, gay. Fuck almond juice. Like, what? Just drink some regular milk or something. If you can't drink that, drink some water. Fuck almond juice.
horrifying is it to wake up every single morning, look at...
But no, I mean, let me be, we're all seriousness now. What he's saying is definitely true. It costs you $1 million to not make $1 million. And he's giving an anecdote, a story. He's telling a story to make sales. So that's a really key part of what he's saying is tell stories that drives home your point.
At your bank balance and know that you're not making the type of money that you want to make. And if you just had more customers, you could. It feels terrible. Why? Because you just don't know how to do it. And that's why we created Get Clients University. And then we do a quick little pitch, boom. I call this a money tail email. The framework for it is a boring, relatable event that happened, like this almond milk story. Then it's kind of like transition, teaching a...
All right, let me real quick. So almond juice. I fucking hate almond juice. Fuck almond juice. Fuck it. I hate it. But what I think is so interesting about like almond milk and like milk. So I have eczema. Drinking actual milk does not make my eczema worse. drinking almond milk with all the extra Zaxxum gum and all the other bullshit that's in it. Breaks me out. If I drink fucking almond juice, it fucks me up. I hate almond juice. Even if I've never had like homemade almond juice. So maybe it might taste a tad bit better. But if you're gonna get almond juice, just get skim milk. Or add milk, add some water to it. Like, what we talking about? It probably has a little bit more fat and all this other shit. Just fucking get some fucking milk and put water on it. Thin it out. Like, we had to do that when we was kids and we was broke. You know what I'm saying? Put a little bit of water on it, eat it with cereal. Wow. Game time. But fuck almond juice. Fuck almond juice.
Principle that they can relate to and think about and go, huh, yeah, that's right. It is kind of like that. And then that's why. That's why I created this product. And we found that when you do this, you can send an email to your customers or your potential customers every single day, and they'll enjoy it. And they don't mind being pitched every single day. In fact, check this out. These are the stats from the last 30 days. Let me move myself over here so y'all can see. These are people, 57 people said no, and then they got a daily email about nothing, signed up, and we added $6,429 in monthly recurring revenue, meaning every month they pay that using these daily boring emails. And it just goes to show you that if you really connect with your customers, they will love to hear from you. In fact, I made a post in my group and I said, hey.
Also, this too, it takes 7 touches to get a sale. Usually, on average, it takes about 7 touches. The fact that I would actually, let me see. Right here, you got a 5%. Like quantity orders. Okay, it doesn't really say, but how many emails? Usually, how many emails does it take? You got a 5% open rate or opt-in rate. I don't really know. So I don't really know, but I would like to know how many emails it took to send for them to eventually buy, because it usually takes 7 touches. So even though they opted in and bought a piece of or bought one thing from them, and then they said no on the upgrade, I would like to know how many times. But usually it takes 7 times. So the more, like you said, daily, they get to see you every single day. So that's more, you get to shoot more shots. The law of conversion, I forget. But, dang, long story short, the more shots you take, then at some point, you're going to make 10%. And the more you shoot shots, the better you're going to get. That's all this is. You just keep shooting the shot at the people, and at some point, they're going to fold. Whether it takes them a day, a month, a year, a decade, a century, they're going to fold. So
that using these daily boring emails. And it just goes to show you that if you really connect with your customers, they will love to hear from you. In fact, I made a post in my group and I said, hey, for those of you that have already bought, do you want me to not send you these emails anymore? And everybody was like, no, we love getting them. And that's the thing. When you establish a connection with your audience, this could be through email, through social media, whatever, they want to hear from you because you said something that made a difference in their life. Why would they not want to keep hearing from you? And so the strategy here to get people in is you create a little discount offer, and then you talk about it on social media, you email it to your email list, run Facebook ads to it. You create organic content and you say, hey, you want more help? Go get this thing, go buy this thing. They buy it, some of them join your membership site, some of them don't. The ones that don't get a daily email and the membership grows. But you probably have multiple more detailed questions about how to grow a paid community on Skool. And because I don't want this video to be 7 hours long, I've decided to create a mini course on how to build a profitable membership community.
Let me guess, on Skool.
I am, in all transparency, going to charge for it. But if you want it for free, if you're thinking about joining Skool and creating a Skool community, I'll leave a link in the description. It's my special link. If you click on that link and you create a community in Skool, I will give you this course for free. I can actually see who I've referred in the Skool dashboard, so I'll just reach out to you when the program is done and send it to you for free. Oh, and if you want to see me rip someone's online business apart and give them brutal, honest advice on how to grow it, you can check out this video here because that's exactly what I do.
12.
So, yeah, that was a good video. How he makes 100K on Skool. Skool seems like a pretty cool platform. Definitely looks like it helps with engagement, keeping people engaged. You know, seeing a good hosting spot for people. Definitely would like Ty Lopez to kind of give his 2 cents, because this is the framework, at least, is like Ty Lopez's website, where he has a bunch of courses, a bunch of information, people commenting and people liking videos. Like he has this essentially, but they took that, made it into his own website and put it on steroids, essentially. So it's a pretty good video. I like it. He gave a lot of good information about retaining income of clients, inbound clients, retaining clients, and even if clients you didn't sell, how to convert non-sold clients. So those are really good information. So pretty good video. Catch me on the next one. Follow me as I follow money. Oh, real quick, I will be giving away the subscribe to the newsletter. I will be giving away the summaries of the videos, books, stuff that I read and watch. I will be giving it away for free. All you gotta do is click the link in the description and put your email in, and we'll get that done. So follow me as I follow money. Let's dive deeper and get rich. Catch me on the next one. Peace. Fuck almond juice.